Pokemon Legends ZA has the potential to actually get a part 2 to the DLC, the Mega Dimension DLC Part 2, if you will. Unless you guys have a better name. You know, I mean, I'm not the best at coming up with names, so let me know what you think the Part 2 could be. But let me just start off by saying this. If we do get a Part 2 DLC, they better not charge more for it. If we do actually get an extended, expansion to the DLC, I would imagine it would just still be the same cost as the regular one. Like, it would just be an add-on and it would not be an additional purchase, if that makes any sense. Now, we have Pokemon Day 2026 coming up very soon, which is going to be huge, guys. We're going to have a whole Pokemon Presents. We're going to have the announcement / reveal of Generation 10, which I've been talking about all on the channel, covering all the leaks and everything like that. But anyways, moving on from that, we could even get a reveal of the ZA DLC Part 2. We know that the Japanese Twitter account officially stated that this is going to be a big one. They have a feeling it's going to be the best one yet, which has my hopes, of course, through the roof. Like, if the official Pokemon Japanese Twitter account is saying that, why wouldn't I be insanely hyped for that? So here's my theory right now. The ZA DLC Part 2 will be announced during this Pokemon Day Pokemon Presents, and on top of that, it will release the exact same day. So for the people that already have the DLC, that would mean you guys would already have access to the DLC. You just have to update your game. And now I have to reiterate this. I'm not saying that this is a leak. I'm just saying this is my theory, and I totally could see ZA having another DLC. Now, in the regular DLC for ZA, there was the area that was outdoors where I believe we were able to catch Darkrai in this area. And guys, now this was awesome because we finally get to go kind of like outside of the city. There were some other places, of course, you go outside the city, but this place specifically is very detailed, like the trees, the grass, the hills, and a lot of people are speculating that, okay, well, what if the ZA DLC Part 2 could actually expand on that? Maybe we could actually explore more into the wilderness, or potentially even other parts of the Kalos region, because the Kalos region is huge and we only scraped the surface, guys, which wasn't bad. Like, I still really enjoyed playing in Lumio City. I thought ZA was awesome, and I honestly miss talking about it on the channel. I miss covering the leaks about it. I miss covering on the news. It's crazy. We have moved on to Gen 10. But if you guys are brand new, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn those post notifications to help me reach my goal of 50k subs, and so you don't miss out on Pokemon leaks and news. And guys, we almost have 100 total Mega Evolutions. Like, we are so close to that point of being over 100. So in my eyes, I'm like, okay, Game Freak could totally just give us 10 more. Let's just say 10 as a solid number. 10 more new Mega Evolutions, push us over that edge of 100 total, Mega Evolutions that we could actually use for different Pokemon. Now, that would be cool, and put it right into the DLC. First of all, this would get them way more sales, so that's like their incentive to do this. They could make more cards, more plush. They could do everything about that, right? And it would just be fun for us, because, bro, Legends ZA is expensive. If you bought the Switch 2 version, it's even more expensive. The DLC is expensive. I think Game Freak should totally just give us an extra expansion to this DLC for a free cost, because us Pokemon fans, we're going to be dropping some money with Gen 10. It's going to be a Switch 2 exclusive, so you got to buy a Switch 2, you got to buy Gen 10, which I'm sure is not going to be cheap, and then there's probably going to be a DLC to follow. I know a lot of people think that it would be cool to explore the power plant in the Kalos region, which I also think would be a really cool plot line, especially for DLC, because it's not like an area that's too big to where it's like outrageous. There'd be too much plot, too much story based around that. I think it would be solid to really have the ZA Part 2 DLC there. What could even be cool is if we could explore like Southern Kalos that we haven't ever really seen, because that was a scrapped part of the original Kalos map of the original game. I think that'd be awesome. Now, that would totally be a lot more though. Like, that would be a lot more to develop, a lot more for them to work on, so that's probably unlikely. I just think it would be really cool to see. What would even be cooler if we were able to go to other regions, like maybe a little pocket dimension of, the Hoenn region or the Kanto region. And when I mean like a little area, I mean like a little area just as in like the ZA DLC, where you just kind of go in like these little blocked off areas, I guess I'll call them. Now, that would be awesome and so cool. And what would even be cooler is if there was literally a small part of Gen 10. Could you guys imagine if they like included the smallest part of the Gen 10 map in the ZA DLC just to hype people up for Generation 10? Because with Pokemon Day coming up soon, I'm assuming that they're going to reveal the region. At least I really, really hope so. My hopes for that would be the region reveal, the name reveal, and then the starters. That's pretty much all I want to see now, and everything else I could wait for. You know what I'm I'm saying? We could also just get new Mega Evolutions though. Mega Aegislash, Mega Noivern would also go absolutely insane. Such a cool design already, and I think a Mega Evolution would be perfect. I've always said Mega Trevenant would be awesome. Mega Zoroark would be even cooler, and I'm not even gonna lie, the coolest and probably most hyped for / most requested Mega Evolution of all time, Mega Flygon, guys. Could you imagine if the ZA DLC Part 2 were to actually give us Mega Flygon? Now, I swear if they were to drop that, it would probably encourage many people to buy the DLC that haven't already bought it. We could even see another story twist, maybe some more returning characters from other regions or other games, or even just like other gyms throughout Kalos or something. And going back to the power plant, it would be cool if there was something to do with Volcanion, and then we got a Mega Volcanion. I think that would literally be peak. That would be such a cool addition to the game, such a cool part to the DLC, because especially if it is just in the power plant, imagine if they were just to make the power plant pretty big towards, like, you know, it's not going to just be running back and forth in 30 seconds and then that's the entire power plant. So imagine we were able to just actually go through the power plant and that was the entire DLC literally just in the power plant. I wouldn't even hate that just because it would be a free DLC. Now, if this were to be like an additional cost DLC, like an extra DLC that would cost, I don't know, another 20 bucks, another 30 bucks, whatever, I think it would be bad if it were to just take place in that power plant. It would need to be pretty big. It would need to take place in, I don't know, just a bigger area. Honestly, Anistar City would be an extremely cool spot for this DLC Part 2 to also take place. And once again, I've mentioned this a million times, and I'm sure you guys have heard it a million times. Imagine we got Mega Charizard Z. Now, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I am shocked it didn't happen. I cannot believe they didn't give us a Charizard Z. And I'm not even saying that I want it. I'm just surprised that Game Freak didn't give it to us. But who knows, maybe we could see that, or even just other Z Mega evolutions, because now that we know that Z Megas are a real thing, we could totally see some more in the future, and in this DLC would be the perfect spot, because we don't have a ton. We only have, I believe, 3, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but I believe we only have 3 Z Mega evolutions. So there has to be more. And now I did see a theory the other day from Soul Silver Art. I'll try to find it, and if I can, I'll put it on the screen. If I can't, then, you know, that's why it's not on the screen. However, he was talking about how, like, there is a possibility Generation 10 could even just give us new Mega Evolutions. Now, I don't know if they are ever actually planning on doing a 2-part DLC to Legends ZA. I think they probably should have. I think that would have been really cool, as long as it were to be like an extra free DLC, that is. But with Generation 10, how we're almost at 100 Mega Evolutions total, it would be kind of neat if Gen 10, because it's, you know, the 10th generation of Pokemon, the first double-digit Pokemon game, and just to pay homage to all the regions, all the evolution gimmicks and stuff like that. Like, imagine we got a couple more Mega Evolutions, and that could maybe even introduce a couple more Z Mega Evolutions into the game. I think that'd be kind of sick. Let me know all your thoughts and theories. Did you even enjoy the Mega Dimension DLC? Because a lot of people didn't, but a lot of people did. A lot of people said it was just way too grindy. A lot of people liked the grind behind the DLC. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Would you want to see a DLC Part 2? Would you want it to be free? Or do you want to pay more money? I'm sure I know the answer on that one. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you were real and watching this far in the video, comment down below lamp. The word lamp to confuse those people who are not watching this far. Anyways, hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you in the next one. Peace.